What's going on, guys? Dan here, Diddy Speech Up. As always, we're in the garage. What else would we be doing, right? So we've been, the weather went crap here. It's snow everywhere. We've been giving her all sorts of projects, lots of videos coming up. But something happened to me the other day, and I mentioned it actually in one of my last videos, and a few people kind of asked about it. And I've been stewing on it, getting more angry as days go by, which is usually I let things go pretty darn quick. I get mad in a hurry, but I'm over it real quick. I've been watching this channel, Dry Creek Wrangler School. Dwayne there, man, that guy can talk to the camera, and well, he motivates me to do more things. Anyway, so a few days ago, maybe a week ago at this point now, I had a jerry can of fuel stolen from out back. Well, it wasn't really the end of the world, and I'm sure someone will have in the comments there about it was my fault because I had left it out, which I did. And that's a funny one for me. I always do my jerry cans outside. I don't like them in the garage at all. And if they're going to be stolen, they're going to be stolen. Just kind of is the way it's going to be in my mind. And I'd rather them just take the can versus smash a shed, break a lock on the fence. Who knows what else they're doing. Now, maybe I did kind of bait them in there by having it out there. What are we going to do? So I had a little video clip. Maybe I'll show you what happened there real quick. But so long and short of it is, someone shows up, you see in the camera, he goes out, kind of hides his face in like a high-vis vest or jacket, grabs jerry can, he's gone. I'm like, okay, well, away she goes. Well, as you know, we have two shops, and now I guess I don't have them dead to rights. I should start by saying that. But the timing and the way it's going to be, in my mind, it's a no-brainer. Anyways, the truck stops. It goes around. You can kind of see it go by. It's a little blurry because it's moving, but it's a frickin' company vehicle. It's a construction truck. And I'm like, wow. So it was a day or two before Remembrance Day, 1 o'clock in the afternoon maybe. I don't quite remember. But so the guy was obviously at work, all these sort of things, and just grabs it. And I think, wow, you know, the balls in that guy to let me stop in the middle of the day in the company vehicle, grab a jerry can and frig off. I'm like, wow, that's something else. And it just got me thinking about kind of people that are out there in this world. And so anyways, there's not a whole lot I can do. I mean, I did try contacting the company. I went out there, I took a picture, and clearly it's, in my mind, the same truck that drove by is in front of the business. And it puts me in a funny situation. There's no real winning here. And unfortunately, it's a bad person. And so he's a bad guy working for this business. Now, all I have is the business information. So I sent the guy an email. He never got back to me. Actually, a couple of emails to a couple of different places. They're construction crews, so you'd think they'd want to get back to people, especially if they're trying to get new jobs, but that was not the case, so I gave it a few days and nothing back. No, I'm not going to go down there and make a big stink or anything like that. I mean, it's $50. Jerry can with some fuel in it. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth the hassle. If nobody wants to be involved in it, what are you going to do? And really, like I said, all I have is information of the company itself. Well, is it their fault? Is it their responsibility? Probably not. I mean, definitely. They have a pretty dishonest person working there, which is very unfortunate. But that kind of takes us to our next point, where it's just, where have all the good people gone? You know, I try and think to myself, especially in the hot rod world, I'd let anybody have whatever. I mean, I've loaned tools out, I've given away parts, I've done whatever I can do, and I've experienced it right back, I will say that. So that's the thing, if the guy was out of gas, I'd have given it to him or whatever, figure some way out, but that's not the way it looked in the video clip to me. It looks like it was an all-out theft. And, I mean, I know times are tough and all those sort of things, but is it worth screwing around, doing all this stuff, risking, I mean, maybe he's not risking his job. I think in my mind, if you're going to go do something stupid, you don't wear your work jacket and wear your work truck, because now you risk losing everything over $25. Is it worth it? Probably not. And I mean, maybe the guy was dead broke and needed that 25 bucks. I don't know. But either way, it just seems like it's a funny world we're in right now. I realize it's hard to get things. I realize stuff's more expensive, inflation, all that stuff's going around. And I guess someone wants to blame somebody, but do you take it out on your fellow neighbor or something along those lines? That's what I'm struggling with now, is because as you're looking around, earlier in the summer we had our lawnmower stolen, and it was in the driveway. Again, probably our fault, but I had it tucked under, I believe, the Nomad, so the mower section was under the car so it wouldn't get rained on. And then we had the Bobcat up behind it, and somebody stopped 6 o'clock in the morning, kind of wheeled it out, put it in the back of the truck, and they were gone. So we, of course, put that on one of our local Facebook groups, and this is what blew my mind then, and maybe this is where I am somehow wrong, is 50% of the comments were saying, well, you shouldn't have left that out there. Shouldn't have left it out. I said, okay, well, I mean, maybe so be it. And I endlessly deal with scrappers trying to take my stuff. I've tried to be reasonable. If people are going by, especially in the summertime, they don't so much come in the winter. Snow hides a lot of things, luckily. Even I don't know where stuff is. But they'll come by and I'll say, I'll tell you what. If I put it here, you can take it. But if it's anywhere else, just leave it until you see me and we'll figure something out. Because, I mean, I've had people come by and I'm working in the garage and they go to grab, propane tanks or something like that. Again, in the one garage I use propane for heat. Well, I don't want a bunch of propane tanks in the garage, so I store them kind of outside along the fence. And, yeah, they just go grab them. What are we doing here? Oh, I thought they were scrap. And I'm like, well, I guess so, but you think you put that by your garbage can, not by the gate to your backyard. So that's what I was wondering now is what's everyone's thoughts there? If you leave something outside in your driveway, is it fair game? Because I tell you what, I better get out there. There's lots of treasures out there. I could definitely start filling my truck full of things. And yeah, it's such a crazy situation. And then again, some of the guy to do it, the business not to even want to get back to me or talk to me or any of those things, seems nuts. And then now you got to just let it go. Fortunately for me, I can vent to a camera. But a lot of people, I think they're really going to dwell on that. And I really feel for those people, because now what are you going to do? You're going to show up in your pickup truck at some business and cause a bunch of issues? Well, no one's winning in that situation. That's just a real lose-lose the whole way around. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just my 2 cents on it, where I always thought if you own something, you should be able to leave it out, and the guy really shouldn't be able to take it from you. And that's the way it is. Now, that being said, we have a lot of old cars. We have a lot of stuff. All my cars I leave outside, I try and leave as little in them as possible. I always leave them unlocked. And I mean, they've been gone through, absolutely, but there's just nothing to take. Worst case scenario, and it has happened, is they'll forget to close the door. I won't drive the truck for a couple days, and then the battery's dead. And what the hell? Well, the passenger door was left open. Now I got to boost it. But at least they're not smashing a window, breaking a door lock, breaking a door handle, whatever it is. Because that's just a hassle. I mean, put side glass in an old Biscayne or something like that. It's not worth it. Take the pennies out of the ashtray if that's what you really want. Yeah, it's a weird world. I don't know if it's getting worse. I'm just getting to be older and starting to take it a little more seriously, or if it's always been this way. But either way, in my mind, if you're on the fence, don't steal from people. Do me that favor. If you're buying something off the internet or Facebook and you know it's stolen, you probably shouldn't buy that either. I'm a big believer in that too. Everything I buy and everything I do, I want to have a receipt with it. And I mean, you have the warranty. I think it's short-term thinking. You want to buy some stolen tools, you want to steal that jerry can, you want to do whatever you got to do. You might have the win that day, but I honestly believe down the road it'll somehow, hopefully, come back and bite you in the ass. And not that I want this guy to lose his job or any of those things, but it'd be nice if you learned a lesson, that's for sure. Anyways, that's me. Now I feel way better. Thanks for listening. I can get back to work. Hopefully you guys can as well. And I guess if you have some sort of a similar experience, put it in the comments. You'll feel better about it. And yeah, back to old junky hot rods. I love cars. They can't talk back. They do get rust in my eyes, so I guess it's a catch-22. Thanks for watching.